right. Let's get it rolling right here, right now. This is TMI, and you're listening to watching episode number 19 of Too Much Information. If you didn't know by now, my name is Chad, and every single week on TMI, I'm joined here by the one and only vampire queen herself, Miss Shelly Martinez. Looking very Shelly-like today, very Shelly-ish. I was going to say very shellfish. But, missed you. Haven't recorded with you in a little bit, so I have a little TMI withdrawal.
I know. Life is crazy, you know. It's hard to get things locked down, and, you know, I don't know about you, but for me, I'm barely managing my own damn life. At times, I'm not even doing that. So, you know, here we are, though. Coming together for another TMI.
Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice to see. I feel like we're old people. It's so nice to see your face. But
we are old people. Sorry.
We are not. No, we are not. We are. You have no idea. Our age bracket, where we are, you and I are, I think we're only 2, maybe 3 years apart. We're like, this is the new prime. Okay.
I agree.
This is so the new prime. And it's funny to see. It's weird because like younger, like 20-something-year-olds, they look like the old people now. I think the people in their 40s are the ones that hit their stride and are like rocking and rolling. So that
is the facts, because I've thought the same thing where like it trips me out sometimes. But anyways, I agree. You know, I just like, that was just my attempt at humor, but I am like, not only, you know what I think it is this time in life is when you kind of like let go of a lot of things, embrace other things. You kind of like don't care. You realize it's not, once you don't care, that's like the key to life. Like just is the least amount that you care about like what people think. Just shamelessly being yourself. I think that's the key to living.
Those yippy dogs, man. I'll tell you. Get your own show.
Hey, man.
Get your own show.
Don't be bullying Minnie. She'll bite you. But, you know, I agree. It's the new prime. So long live, like, I'd say late 30s to early 50-year-olds people. That's what I say.
Yeah, that's a good range. I'll stick with that. I mean, I tend to forget sometimes, but I get reminded every so often. But we'll stick with that range. That works for me. But I always say I don't get older. I just get better.
I'm right there with you, brother. Just trying to be better. Just trying to be better and slowly but surely getting there. So there you have it.
So I got to point out. So my name here this week is Chadhausen. Very Chad, even Chatter. Okay. Because I got to give a shout out to one of my oldest homeboys out there. One J Paz. Good, great friend of mine, sent me this yesterday. Hysterical, haunting, and I didn't have enough time to do it, but I was going to do a side-by-side of you in your Salinas like makeup, right? Look at this thing he sent me. So Danhausen, obviously the craze right now, right?
Right.
All over WWE everywhere. So I'm sure there's some app or something that makes you turn into a Danhausen. I just thought that was hilarious. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's like some demented Kiss character, but I just love that. It has the sunglasses on the head.
Oh, yeah.
It just worked out. It doesn't have the cross, but it worked out perfect. And I was going to put that side by side with you and your makeup and see what kind of show that could be with the two characters. But I got to give a shout out to my boy Jay for putting that together. So,
are you talking about my Day of the Dead makeup?
Yes, your Day of the Dead.
Okay, that was not Salinas.
That was not Salinas.
I thought that was
Shelly. Okay, I thought that was together. My bad. See, I gotta do my homework. I thought that was all one. Sorry.
Two completely different characters.
Well, that's why we'll be talking more about TNA Shelly coming up later in the TMI episodes.
Shelly. That was a time, dude. That was quite a time.
Yeah, TNA Shelly's going to get a run here in the next couple episodes down the road, couple of
That's
weeks.
good. That's
But
good.
I see, I got it mixed up. So because I thought you started wearing the makeup in TNA
No, that when I did that, what had happened is I had been shamelessly begging to get my job back. And
with
I was
TNA.
with TNA. I was
Okay.
trying to get my job back with TNA because I was like, maybe I made a mistake in quitting the way I did. I didn't think that far ahead. I was thinking of the short term. In that short term, the reason why I panicked and did that was because I was in survival mode, right? And so I had so much regret about that because that's all me. I can't blame anyone there but me. You know what I'm saying? That's all a me decision. So I so hard to get I pitched being with Brian Kendrick. I pitched being with Shannon Moore, with their blessings and everything. And then when they had the pay-per-view when I had that match with Rebel, I said, I have this character I've been doing on the indies where I do Day of the Dead makeup. I would love, because to me, I thought, I'm getting my job back. And so I would love to end my career and retire at TNA with this Day of the Dead character because it was really paying a tribute to my grandma. Because at that point in my career, she had passed away. So that was why, like, you may associate it with TNA because,
Yeah, that's probably why.
yeah, dude, I
Dude,
dropped.
I only got so much room in the vault for all my wrestling knowledge. I apologize.
You're Kelly
I don't want to
Bundying out.
offend you.
No, you're not offending me at all. But yeah, but I understand why you would associate because of that pay-per-view. That was, something I'm known for. My vag. It hurts.
Your badge will forever live in infamy. Yeah, I was so in on TNA from about 04, probably to about maybe like 2008-ish. Then came back a little bit for the Hogan era, and then
Right, the Hogan era. I forget that.
and then kind of stopped. Oh, I was all in for the Hogan era, and then some of the Hogan era stuff has some of the funniest stuff, unintentional, funny stuff. If you've never watched it, that could be a fun side TMI series to go back and watch the Hogan TNA era, just because Hogan's backstage segments are some of the worst segments in
Are
history.
they?
Even though I do love the Aces and Eights group, that was one of like some of the worst backstage segments they've ever done, like ever. But so when you were in TNA, like I just lumped that character in with your tail end of TNA. See, that's because I just left my brain. So
it would have been cool. I wish I would have thought of doing something of that nature or incorporating that somehow with Selena's character, even if it was like a one-off thing. That would have been really cool, but it wasn't meant.
See, we got to get you an action figure deal with one of these new action figure companies with the Day of the Dead makeup on an action. How cool would that be?
I know. It'd be really cute.
Where are all there's like 9,000 different people making retro style action figures. Where's nobody coming for the Day of the Dead? Like come on.
Well, I have that one where I've talked about on the show before and post on one of the videos of me and Honky Tonk, my little figure I have with him. I have that doll.
Yeah, but no, we need an official like release.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, so there's people out there
that's a custom like Barbie
have a market for it because this girl that gave it to me, that's what she did. So I'm just adding to your point that there's like, why hasn't that been touched? Because people are out here like bootlegging it. There's a market for it. And I think it would do so well. Who knows? Maybe it'll come out because we're talking about it,
I mean, crazier things have been said into existence. But very cool. So me and you, I got to do a side by side. Me and you in the makeup. I think that would be quite the team. Maybe at Halloween we'll do.
Yeah, totally, dude.
We'll do the makeup, but I look more like in like a movie if like every character got forced to turn into like the alien. That's what I look like in that that picture. So what else? What else been going on? It's been a little bit since we got to chat. How's life been?
Well, crazy, crazy, and crazy. I feel like I'm going insane in the membrane, insane in the membrane, because that's just it. Like my personal life has been very demanding lately. Um, I've been dealing with somebody in my life on a very frequent I can't talk basis that just opens up some trauma wounds. And so when you're always open up to trauma wounds every day and dealing with it so you can heal, man, that's a whole thing. So I'm just tired. I'm
Okay.
tired, but at the same time, like I say this so many times throughout my journey, and it's like when I know what I'm working with, then I can move on. And so I think that I just felt my life was chaos for months and months and months. And now that I know what I'm working with versus it being chaos, I can move on. Like, I've been able to shoot videos for my YouTube channel and like getting back in the groove of things like that and getting into the groove of things here in my house to make my life less chaotic. And so I just been going through it, dude. And I see the light at the end of the tunnel, brother. That's what the
That's
point
good.
is. I see the
That's
light at the end
good.
of the tunnel until the next time this happens, because I've realized in life this always happens. You have these seasons. So I'm hoping for the summer of Shelly.
I mean, I hope so too. I mean, look at even with starting to do member videos for YouTube channel, the shooting has increased. I mean, and in a good way too. But it adds to when you have personal things going on, you got to make time for everything, and you start to have that work-life balance. So I understand where you're coming from with that.
Well, because here it is like when I feel like I was just kind of thrown into a lot of different situations that I've never been in before in the last like 3, 4, 5 years. So I didn't know what I was doing. And now that I know a little bit more what I'm doing and how to figure things out, it doesn't make my content creating feel too overwhelming. And I think that was happening for a long time. Like my poor little vampire radio. Like I will not let vampire radio die, damn it. And it's like, but I can't give it the love that it deserves because it's kind of low on the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like things like that. But now, and then my YouTube channel used to be that for me, And so now that I'm able to make time for my YouTube channel, I'm able to make time for my secret society. My first and foremost, like, job is right there. That's what I've been making my living off of for many years. So it's like all of these different areas would get affected, and then it would make me feel so overwhelmed to where it made it not fun. And so now I'm putting the fun back into my content, and it's because I'm figuring it out and I'm able to maybe not pump out as much as I would like still, but more than I was.
Right.
And it's not
Yeah.
an overwhelming feeling because now I know what I'm working with and I
Right.
can make it work.
Yeah.
Make it work. Like Rodman said, make it work.
Make it work.
You know?
See, and I feel like when we got this all rolling, we had a great plan where everything's worked out really well. And for me, like this part of the springtime is my worst. Like these weeks, softball schedule is intense, and other things going on work wise. This is the culmination of it. Once I get past that hump, we are scot free. I mean, we're going to be where there's going to be such an increase in all the stuff I've had in my brain since when we had to kind of reduce. Well, at least my side, I have you, dude. You have been the best partner ever in terms of like
Aw.
being able to rely on you, because I haven't had that pressure on my back of being like, oh my gosh, I have to now fill this time with X, Y, and Z, because you've been able to alleviate a lot of pressure off me in certain ways where I know that when we get together and we have these great recording sessions, we're going to have content come out of it. But there's still so much more that we can do once the schedules chill, and it'll all get there. We'll get
Totally.
there. And that's great about it.
Here's the thing. That's why TMI has been such a successful slash consistent thing I can do, because I'm so used to, like, when working on podcasts, it's all me. So when I get too stacked, I didn't have anyone to relieve that. So for me, it's like, when you first like were like, hey, you want to do this, you took it upon yourself, like you set up all of the stuff and like whatever. I was like, I just want to show up. I can just show up. That's all I can tell you is I'll show up.
Yep.
And so like that's allowed me to bring part of the fun back into my creating, because at least with TMI, to me, it's very low maintenance because it's not all on me. So when I see that you need some help, it's like, heck yeah, I'm going to help, because I know how to do this stuff. And like, I know how important it is. And you've helped me here on my YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
oh yeah, absolutely. No, give and take. That's what a partnership is all about.
Totally.
And it's been awesome. And to me, it's been one of the best parts of what we've been doing, is just being able to know, like, you know, I know when you got a lot going on, back it off. You know, we're not like on top of each other with that. And that's, I love it. But you knew I had a lot going on, and you pumped up 3 or 4 videos. I was like, damn.
Because I had the time
that day. Intense.
No, because I had the time, and that's the thing. Like, I've been lacking for months, like, time to do stuff. So at that moment, I was like, look, I have the time. I can do this. So I can just sit here.
That was
and
awesome.
Like, because I know myself. I know how to pump out stuff, because this is what I've been doing. It's, to me, editing and all these things is not the difficult part. Telling the story and putting something cute together isn't difficult, because it comes to me naturally, because I've been doing this for so long. What I lack is time. So that day I had time, brother. So I was like, I got time. Let's make the best of this time. Boom, boom,
I
boom,
have
boom,
to tell you what you've done, but what you did in your videos that you've put up versus the ones that I do, I can retell the story. You can edit the video, and you can chop out like the fat. Like, you take out some of the nonsense that needs to be removed. If there's like, what I can do too is, like, if there's 2 parts of a story that need to be connected by like 30 minutes, I could bring those together pretty well. If we talked about it in the intro and then we had a full segment about it 30 minutes later, I could bring those together seamlessly. What I love about your segments when you post them is you trim out the fat in between, and it's like, and you put the pictures in. Everybody loves that. But that was something, checking out your videos that you posted is like nice. Like, that's the difference between ours.
Thank you. And here's the thing. You know why? Because that's just the content creator I've always been. And so now when people, and this is no offense, I get why, are heavily relying on AI to do that stuff, I'm like, no, bitch. I've been doing this stuff before AI. There was apps for people to do this, and I'm going to continue to do this as a human being and a person, especially if it's my content, where it's like my story I'm telling, or my opinion of something that you brought up or whatever. So it's like, to put that spin on it, like, this is what I do. And so that's why you see me be real moody online about AI, because everyone and their mom is relying on it too effing much. And it is offensive to me, because this is how I've always been. And so that's like, thank you so much. That means so much to me, because that's just who I've always been. And I feel I'm not saying like it was always been overlooked, because I wasn't looking for like whatever, but it's nice to hear that, because it is overlooked in the sense of, I feel my channel should have been monetized a long time ago and stayed monetized. And when you see the loops of like the timestamps of when I'm really on it on my YouTube channel, and then there's like time where like it's a while, it's because I got discouraged and because something happened and like whatever. And then that's what the ebbs and flows are, is like, it's never that I didn't care, I always cared about my YouTube channel. So that to me just means so much. So thank you for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, and I know, like, with the channel, I know it's growing and I know it's going to grow more and more. I mean, we're only 19 episodes in. That hasn't even hit its stride. In terms of what we've been able to do, I think it's been phenomenal as two organic content creators of such length that we are. We know that it takes time to get to like what the audience wants. And I have loved everything that we've done, but I have to tell you though, you're probably not going to be happy about this.
Uh-oh.
AI Shelly did make her debut.
AI Shelly made a debut.
AI Shelly did make her debut this past week.
What does this mean?
And I don't know if we got heat now or you're gonna be mad at me or what, but I needed to do it.
What?
We released a video this past week and
Yeah.
I needed to do something for my thumbnail creation. And it's so subtle you wouldn't even notice. Okay. That is AI Shelly.
That is AI Shelly.
Yes. I needed you to look a little more sad than some of the pictures that I had. And I wasn't going to bother you for a sad picture in the middle of the day. So I just took 2 or 3 of the pictures that I had on my hard drive and I uploaded it. And I just said, I need this to look sad. And that's what I got. And that is AI Shelly right there. I'm not saying I'm going to use that. I'm not saying that is going to be every picture, but I'm just telling you, I needed her.
I understand.
I needed her one time. I mean, this is not changing the artificial nature of our channel, but I needed it this last week.
I understand. And here's the thing. I also understand people using AI to help benefit them. I'm talking about when there's people who like, there's people that I've gotten to know that if social media and things like AI didn't exist,
oh yeah, they'd have no
they
life.
would have no platform and like this and that and the other, these little troublemakers or like whatever. And so they have these little attitudes, like they're like holier than thou in the content creating world. And it's like, but all your stuff's AI. Like you don't even like, you are really jealous because of real content creators know how to be creative and you don't. So that's why you rely on AI. And they have like, so there's that. And then going back to wrestling, because everything always goes back to wrestling, I've noticed most flyers seem to be AI as well.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
And so it's like, so that's what I'm talking about. Like I can't tell you how many times for my secret society or any post that I do that I use this tool in my photo editing that does a photo repair, which means if there's blurriness or whatever. So
yeah.
I'm not saying I don't ever use those tools, but I use them in a way to where instead of me having to pay somebody because I don't have those means to like fix the photo for me, I do it that way. It's what's beneficial to me. Or I don't have the time to take a class or whatever, or sit there on YouTube and teach myself how to do that in Photoshop. Like, so I'm not saying that. There's AI, there's times to use AI that is helpful.
Right.
I just mean people who that's all their content is just AI.
Oh yeah, yeah.
AI.
Did you see the clip this week going around of the AI channel that had a glitch? And they said couldn't say WWE, and it was like it just kept going.
No.
I'll try to find it and send it to you. It was like, and it kept stumbling over its word. It was telling the thing. It was ridiculous, but it was enough because it was all AI news. I mean, you can go to those things. I can't post. I mean, I have a channel where I repost old sports clips. I can't monetize that because it's not my content. But somebody can go and put up a whole AI generated news site, go on, let's say PW Insider, pull the news, type it up in an AI generator, put it on YouTube, and get 100,000 views because all they did was just go take it off a website. I mean, are they smart? Are we stupid? Or are they lazy?
That's where my heat is, because being a content creator for so many years and trying so hard, not even to just like be a millionaire off of it, but just like to like enough to have a piece where it's like all that work was worth it. And so it gets oversaturated with these wannabes, and all they use is AI. And then from what I understand, like even wrestling world is using AI for like storylines and things like that. And it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? No, like that's what I'm talking about. So it's not like I'm saying don't use, like, because for me as being a content creator, and when I've had to use AI or AI type of tools, it's helped me keep costs down from having to hire someone to do it. So I understand that. Like, I understand. Look at sad Shelly.
That, I mean, you've given me, you are the best when it comes to thumbnail creation. You give me plenty of options to choose from, but there was nothing sad. I needed a sad one. So I just said, make this look sad. And I used 3 or 4 different images to upload, and that came back with that. And I hate to break it to you, that's also AI Barry Blaustein with The Rock and Mick Foley.
I understand.
But look how great that came out. And I mean,
it came out cute.
I used Canva to create my graphics, and I had to go AI on that one only because I needed what I needed. We did back-to-back death posts. You know, I mean, I couldn't go full like RIP back-to-back posts. I'm like, I have to think outside the box here for this post. And we weren't even planning on talking about AI, so this is all just coming out as I'm talking to you. But that was my method going through. Is like, I don't want to go back. I put the RIP on Ogre. I'm like, all right, I can't go RIP on like the Beyond the Mat poster. I'm like, what can I do? I'm like, all right. I saw some other posting had something similar with The Rock and Mick Foley and Barry Blaustein. I'm like, let's go do like something similar.
There you go.
It's an easy crutch. It's a crutch sometimes, but I mean, I don't hate it in the job that I have. We use it frequently, and people would be surprised that in the job that I have, how much you are encouraged to use it. But I needed sad Shelly. I got my sad Shelly.
I get it, because I've had to make some backgrounds recently because I knew exactly what I wanted, but I didn't have the money to like go talk to someone and they kind of can do it and then go back and forth. Like, it's just too much. So I get it. I used it, and like I'm gonna be using these backgrounds for some stuff that I'm gonna be doing in the future. So it's like, I'm not anti, but what I'm anti is just the overusage to where people are not like, they're losing the point of what creating is all about.
Whatever you need, you ask Chad Housen.
I didn't realize. I don't know.
Okay. And I will get you what you need. Okay. If I can. Look how crisp that looks too. I can be honest. I think that looks great. I look awesome.
It does.
Whatever you need, the Chad Sturhausen will be there for you. And I got your back.
That should be a shirt, that photo.
I mean, look, if it doesn't, I mean, I'll probably have to give him a cut because he's making so much damn money. Have you seen like the takeover of Danhausen all over media? And like,
I've seen it.
This dude is making hand over freaking fist with this character. And to think like 2 months ago, he was the free agent, just making shots and doing signings at conventions. And this guy's got to be multimillionaire or since he signed with WWE just because of the merch, unless they fucked him over on the deal.
I was late to knowing who he was. It wasn't until like a few years ago that he came across my timeline, and immediately followed him. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is awesome. And I remember even tweeting him, like, I wish before I retired, I could have like managed you at least once or whatever, because I thought that would have been so cool, because everyone associates my vampire character with being like super like sexual and whatever. Whereas you can't be like that with Dan Housing. Like, come on. So
No.
I would be able to really play up. I felt, and I really saw like, wow, that would have been cool, because like I could have really been that more, I guess you would say, like Elvira-esque kind of like character, you know what I'm saying? And I just like, I was like, oh man, that sucks that like at least one time that didn't get to happen, because that would have just been so awesome. So I always knew that it was just a matter of him, right place at the right time kind of vibes kind of thing. And
Yeah.
so I say go Dan Housing, like take over, like go for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's on like there's crossover with sports. He's all over ESPN. He has a New York Knicks t-shirt because they were saying the Knicks were cursed. So now there's a uncursed Knicks t-shirt because of the licensing deal with Fanatics WWE has. They can do that. It's like, holy crap. Like, it's insane that they can pull this kind of stuff for this guy. And again, he's probably making it hand over fist, and he barely works. I mean, he's maybe had one or two matches since he's been there. He's just in the backstage segments. So there's the wear and tear on the guy's body. So
Absolutely.
more power
Absolutely.
to you.
And it brings back the fun into wrestling, for those people who just want to be entertained like that and love that kind of vibe and stuff like that. So I think it's awesome. Work smarter, not harder. It's all good for business, and it's nice as a wrestler to see that kind of a spirit can still be kept alive and on a platform like WWE, because I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like what is WWE doing with this person? Da, da, da. And it's like, well, maybe you're just not that kind of a wrestling fan. But I think that I never thought that WWE would put Dan Housing in that kind of a position. So I think it's really cool to see it happening.
Not my cup of tea, but I'm not the demographic. So, and I'm not going to sit here and say it sucks because I mean, obviously, it's making great money. So more power to them. I mean, that's all I can really say about it at the end of the day. So it's the numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie. And I feel wrestling has lacked that kind of vibe, whether it's yours, like for you or not, with its audience. And like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm shocked that WWE is doing it. So there you have it.
I'm not shocked. There was an article I read the other day. Oh man, I want to say it was The Godfather talking about guys who were not big anymore, and they're everybody's smaller, and that's not what fans want to see. He's 1,000% right. I mean, I'm only 5'7". Okay, I've never had like a height thing. I don't care about being 5'7". I'm fine with the height I am. As far as I'm concerned, I'm 9'12". Okay, but I don't care to see guys that are 5'7" in the ring fighting. I want to see monsters killing each other. That was like what I grew up loving about wrestling. These crazy characters fighting. But as time went on, they got a little smaller, but it didn't take away from the stories that they were telling. It's just over time, I feel like the stories have gotten weaker and the guys have gotten smaller at the same time. And it's just kind of like, for somebody like me, who's again not the demographic anymore, it's just like, meh, I've got so much to watch. It doesn't really matter to me. But
Right.
I can see why, if you're a kid, you like Danhausen because it's goofy, it's funny, it's something to dress up like. But, okay, we had The Undertaker who was different and you could dress up like him. We didn't have a funny character. We had Doink, but Doink wasn't being
Doink.
portrayed as any bit of anything less than a clown, which is what he was. The Undertaker was the one getting a lot of screen time who was wearing different style clothing and looked different than just a wrestler. So, I mean, it's just different time, different era, different fans.
It's true. I mean, we could sit here all day long and I could talk about it because there's like so many ways you can go about it. Because like one of my things I kind of thought of when you were talking was, you have the people of our generation that they are bringing their kids now. So maybe that was like a good move on them. Like, I don't know. You just opened my mind to that now because I didn't even think of it that way. But anyways, moving on because I could talk
Well,
about
yeah, no, they do
all
say,
day.
yeah, no, you're exactly right. But again, we could talk about it all day long. But a guy like Bret Hart, who's only 6 feet tall, to me, I still think Bret Hart is the best babyface of all time because you believed everything Bret Hart was. The best there is, best there was, best ever will be. You wanted him to win every match. You thought he was a superhero in pink and black because he was like your dad or your uncle or somebody that you thought would just go in there to fight. And instead of overpowering you with moves, he's putting you in the sharpshooter and he's beating you down. He's wearing you down. He's taking out your legs. He's doing that. So you don't have to be 7 feet tall to be a monster. You can be 6 feet tall and be a hero. But it's just now they don't even look like Bret Hart anymore.
Right. What's interesting is, okay, I'm 5'4", right? So to me, I was always like, I can always date a guy that's not considered so tall, and I can date tall guys. Yay me. And so what I learned was a lot of these guys, especially when I got in the world of wrestling, I never looked at them as small guys ever. Ever. Like, to me, like, especially some of them that were like really great shape. It's like, how are you like thinking you're small? Like, you're not like no, like just because you're like you're saying not 7 foot tall, like this big old jack dude, like you're jacked and you're not a small guy. And
Right.
wrestling really exposed to me how some of these top dudes who are names in wrestling had such a hang up about not being these big old jack dudes. And to me, it was always confusing because I'm like, but you're not, yeah, maybe you're not a giant, but you're not small. So what's the problem? And they had this like common attitude about it. So I appreciate that you were like, I'm fine being this height, like whatever, because I just been around dudes that like, it's an issue. And I'm just like, what's your problem? Like, get over it. Like, you're stunting yourself right now.
Maybe that's part of the reason why.
Maybe. I don't know.
could be it. You never know. They got to compensate for other areas. But yeah, I mean, again, like you're only made one way. You got to live it to the fullest. You can't sit here and cry about things that gifts you weren't given. You got to go out and take what you got.
Here's the thing.
Do your
and
best
it can go the other way though, what you just said, because I used to have this disgusting boyfriend. Ugh, he sucked so hard. And he was 6'3", almost 4. And he had the smallest penis I ever seen in my entire life. Like the smallest penis I've ever seen in my entire life. And he was a real asshole. And I swear a lot of it had to do with he always knew since he was like, whatever, dude, you have a small ass penis. Like,
I'm telling you, that's
small.
That's it. That's all you gotta say. And then he probably treated everybody else like crap, right?
He did. He was one of the people that gave me crap about my boobs, my natural boobs, because they were very saggy. And I'm just being real. Maybe this is a little TMI. Big areolas. So he would like make fun of them to me, and I always would think, man, I never make fun of his small penis. Like that's so like ugly. Like because he was a disgusting like person. And so I remember one time because he was psycho too. He was like physically abusive, mentally abusive, the whole nine. So I remember one time because I had to escape him. I had to try to like break up with him like a million times. I know, like because he'd always find me. And so I was trying to escape him. And I remember he was at a payphone and he called me and he was like talking crap to me. And I finally had the guts. I said, you know what? You're just a dick because you have a small dick. And I just remember he was quiet and he was like, I can't believe you would say that to me. And he started crying, like ugly crying. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I've been taking this abuse about my boobs. And like, that's like one of my things that like, I'm so insecure about now. And this dude, I finally stand up and say, well, you have a small penis. And the reason why it took me that long to say anything is because it's like you can't control how you're born, man. And like the sex was fine. So it wasn't like it made it less like enjoyable. Like, but he was such an asshole and terrible to people. And I know it stems mainly from having that small penis.
They always say it's not the size of the ship, it's the motion in the ocean.
It's
But
true.
obviously, he was compensating for his shortcomings. Ooh. And I have to give you lines in the history of TMI. Like the big.
That's why, like, here's
the big greatest line. Big areolas was the greatest, one of the greatest lines ever for TMI.
Here's the thing: when I got my boob job, one of the things I had them do was reduce the size of them as much as they could, and they're still not what I would like, but they're better. But the point is like that gave me such a like thing, that dude, that like when these people come online and they talk crap, they're like, oh, blah, 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 and they're making fun of all of it. I'm thinking, you're not hurting my feelings. Like, I already been there, done that with this douchebag boyfriend. And then I realized, who cares? You can't help the way you're born. So I like to be transparent about it, because I think there's a lot of gals out there that know exactly how I felt and feel. And we get shamed and told otherwise by a decent group of people. And I say there should be justice for big areola girls, because it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
Justice indeed. You know, I don't know if you know this, but I think that guy went on to be the co-founder of Extends. You know, he did everything he could to avenge that conversation, and he had to, he wanted to make sure that phone call never ever got out between you and him.
Oh, everyone he's ever been with knows, and he knows they know. Here's the thing: I saw this quote not too long ago, and it was like, what was it? Like, a narcissist doesn't care about like what you think of them. They just care about like if you told other people what they've done, kind of thing. Like, they don't care if you're like they're this terrible person to you, but what they do care about, and that's where like the control comes in, is like, don't tell anyone else I'm this person, you know? And so he lives with that whole thing. He knows women have said this dude has the smallest penis. He's so tall and in good shape, but he has the smallest penis. He knows it. He knows it. And that's his curse.
That's definitely quite the curse to have in your life. I have to just move on for the sake of episode time. You had something you wanted to bring up, and another reason why I have our graphic here for last week's episode, Film Legend Gone. Now, I just want to say this, and if you have your tinfoil hat,
yep. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I got to tell you, you got to put the tinfoil hat on. You know, I was under the impression, and forgive me if I'm wrong here.
All right. Always got to be prepared.
I was under the impression, and forgive me if I'm wrong here, Barry Blaustein passed away, right?
Yes.
Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Apparently, it hasn't ever been confirmed that he has passed away. Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah. How weird is that? How weird is that?
Excuse me?
Yeah. Then why is everybody saying he's dead? But apparently, it wasn't confirmed that he had passed away.
So is he alive?
I don't know. I don't know.
I was going to effing weird.
I was going to send him an email and see if I got anything back, because I don't know.
Weird.
Okay, hold on. I should have been a little more prepared and had that. Let me see if I can find the text.
This is too
on here.
Weird.
Yeah, it said. Let me see. Hold on. Give me 1 second. The text I had. Just a quick note, Barry Blaustein is not publicly reported as deceased. As of, that was Wednesday. What was Wednesday's date? That was the 20th when I made that graphic. When I was
What the
gathering my
F?
information, right? He's reported dead everywhere.
Okay,
So
now I gotta do some digging.
So tinfoil hat Shelly, I mean, what's up with that? Is this a Hollywood conspiracy?
I don't know. I have to do some investigating before I give my official opinion and thoughts on the subject. But what the F? And
Yeah.
here's the thing, I'm gonna feel real stupid because when I watched back when I say watch back, that's when like everyone sees it because of course I'm in the chat room when they premiere here on my channel on Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern. I was like, dude, I'm really turned up right here. I am like really turned up and like talk because when you were talking about the different moments of like we're on Beyond the Mat, I'm just going, yes, oh my god. And I was so embarrassed for myself. I was like, oh my gosh, I took too much of that Lodi at that point because
Yeah, you were pretty bombed at that point.
I was. And the thing is but I don't necessarily take it back because my life, as I keep talking about, it's been crazy. So that was the first time I felt like I was able to let loose just even for a couple hours, So that was really worth it for me. And then B, I forget sometimes that we are recording a podcast that people are actually going to watch. And I feel like I'm just having a conversation with you. So I get kind of like vulnerable. And then 3, everything you said, it's like those little details I wasn't really thinking of. So when you were saying like with Mick Foley and having his family there and how the kids and everything, I was such a drunken mess. Like, oh my gosh, yes, because I forgot about that detail. It's a huge detail, but I forgot about it because I was kind of just like, he had passed. So here we are talking about it. So we think he did. So I didn't think about the little details. I haven't watched it in a really long time. So when you're bringing up all these different things, I was like, yes. And I was like, that's was giving to the point of why I was saying it was such an amazing film because of those scenes and how they were captured and like all this, that, and the other. But I don't know. So I just wanted to throw that out there because that's my way of feeling better about being sloppy drunk. Talking about this.
Listen, I mean, my time around you, you have been able to get through a show very well while consuming. So I didn't think anything less than we were just getting through a show. So, but you had some great reactions to everything that I was saying. I just played it off because I'm a professional. It did say he died on May 12th. That's what it's saying right here on Google. But I put that in May 20th, and it said there were no confirmed reports that he was dead. So,
I'm going to do some investigating.
What the hell? I'm assuming he's dead. And again, rest in peace, Barry Blaustein. I actually went back and did more digging. I interviewed him twice. I interviewed him like in 2015-ish. So go me. I actually had more of a history than I remembered interviewing Barry Blaustein about Beyond the Mat. But yeah, dude, is he alive? Is he dead? He was also diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer on top of having Parkinson's. So he did not have a good last couple of years. Poor guy. Barry, RIP. Maybe you're alive. Wherever you are, we miss you. And we're pulling for you.
This is crazy information. Like I said, I want to go down that rabbit hole. I do want to know. It's like, we can go down rabbit holes and it has to do with like, an actor or somebody like that. And you don't know them, but this is too close to home for me. I need answers. I need to find out what's what. And like, what if with the tinfoil hat on, of course, maybe there's 2 different timelines. Maybe in one timeline he is, in one timeline he's not, and here we are stuck in this timeline here on TMI.
Maybe in the other timeline I really look like this. And maybe in the other timeline you're AI Shelly.
Oh my gosh, and it's all your fault for creating
now,
do
you think when you create an AI version of a person that then they become a real thing on the other side? Like now there's an AI Shelly because I created sad AI. Now you are a sad AI, Shelly, in the AI world.
Yes, because that's what they want.
Okay, now I have to kill AI, sad AI Shelly.
And that's the thing, because being an actress here in town, I see casting breakdowns, and there's even breakdowns for shoot dates with people so that they can just film these different like everyday scenarios or whatever, so that they can train their computers, so that's when they can not need actors anymore and just use AI actors. And so there's that. And then I was asked if I wanted to be a part of this platform. I completely forgot what it was called, but pretty much is promoting having an AI twin, and that to take away the pressures of being a sexy content creator, just have your AI twin do it all. And I was like, hell no, I am not.
What?
Yep. So like, let's say,
Oh, that's so weird.
so there's high named people that are doing it. They're like, oh, my AI twin will just do it. And to me, it's like, no, dude, I'm not okay with like a fan being able to make AI Shelly give him visually good enough what his fantasy is. I'm not going to play a part of that. I think it's creepy. And not only that, again, I have my tinfoil hat on. What do I know? But I feel like they want us to be like that, because then it's kind of like, have you seen that movie? What's it called, with Running Man, with Arnold
Yes.
Schwarzenegger? It's like how they manipulated the content on there. Like, for those of you who haven't seen it, in the movie, they manipulate what's happened in reality digitally, so that everyone thinks like this certain horrible thing happened, when in reality it was completely different, but they were trying to cover it up. So it's like tinfoil hat Shelly is like, bitches, you're not, I'm going to try to make it hard for you to get AI Shelly out there, because I don't need AI Shelly out there doing X, Y, and Z, and people thinking that's really me, Shelly. And being that I've been a person that I've argued with myself online when someone was impersonating me, and I said, you are not Shelly Martinez. And they're like, yes, I am. I was like, no, you're not. Like, that was like, and that was years ago. So I am not cool with AI
Wow.
Shelly, not twin Shelly. I will just take my busted ass over there and take my pictures, whether I feel like it or not, instead of having AI Shelly do the deeds.
Speaking of doing the deeds and maybe AI people and failed OnlyFans model, what's your thoughts on all these mainstream actresses over the last like 2 weeks jumping to OnlyFans? Because it's been quite the change as of late to see who's coming over. I mean, and it's not just like, look, obviously we've talked about Carmen Electra over the last 20 episodes or 19 episodes. We talked about Carmen Electra early. Then Shannon Elizabeth was one of the high profile ones, and then Jamie Presley came over. But now you're starting to see, I'm not going to disparage anyone, say a lower tier actress, but I'm just going to consider you, if you're an actress who has credits, you are a mainstream actress, and then you're coming over and they're coming to the OnlyFans platforms. What are your thoughts on this like surge in the charging for content route that they're going?
Well, it doesn't even like Cardi B have a OnlyFans?
Yeah, but for her, she's a vet. She's been around forever on it. Same
But I'm
thing,
just saying, like,
Iggy Azalea. But now
it's
this
like,
is different. This is like people that like. I mean, I saw I think it was like a Doctor Who actress or something was jumping on there. I mean, it's just like random people who you wouldn't expect are jumping on, and
right.
they're joining the platform.
Well, here's the thing. So one time on Instagram privately, I talked to Denise Richards about this, because I was listening to a morning radio show that I listened to in LA, and they were talking about, and this was like a couple years ago, how Denise Richards had just started OnlyFans, but like it's not anything. They kept saying the narrative was it's not anything nude or anything like that. It's just like literally having a fan club, right? And so I thought that was attractive because, again, I've talked about a million times on here, I don't do topless or nude for a long ass time. So I was like, okay, well, maybe, and this was during my OnlyFans journey, if Denise Richards, like, let's see what she's got going on. So And I'm talking to her, and she was like, my husband takes my photos, and that stuff's been out there because of my acting career anyway, so I might as well just take control of my own like content. And so I thought it made sense and was pretty cool, because maybe she's tired of the Hollywood BS and what's asked of you, and just rather do it herself. And I thought, okay, well, that's cool. It oversaturates, whatever, but that's different. Definitely, I feel like specific, like her fans are going to be the ones, and she has a lot of fans, so there's a lot of money to be made. So then when she told me she was doing topless and it's all in the DMs, that's when I was like, okay, you have to at least be topless if you're going to make real money on here. And then I've talked about before how I joined somebody's OnlyFans once to see like if they really did not do anything, and it's all about the DMs. That's where the spicy content is. And I've never been one to like get that spicy. That's why I failed. So seeing people like Jamie Presley and these other people, it makes sense to me, because maybe they just want to make their money. They want to go by their own rules, control their own content. Maybe the tinfoil hat in me is like, they're being pushed to do that because they want this OnlyFans weird agenda, whatever the case may be with that. Maybe it's to get a lot of women to be data, because you're still uploading it to the server. That data
True.
is going somewhere. And one of the things that freaked me the F out, Chad, was I was getting ready to shoot, and it was summertime. So like, I don't like to shoot in the garage, because even with my little AC, it gets hot, and I had to shoot in here. So I was in my house, and I was putting on this bikini, and I was fixing my bikini. And I remember I was like, "Aw," and like I kind of like went like this to my boob, because I was like, "Oh, it's not as high up as it used to be," I was like, "Aw," and so then I come in here, and OnlyFans has a feature on there. I mean, they at least used to, where it's like doing a story, like an Instagram story. So I went to post like, "Hey, I'm about to shoot in here," and when I uploaded it, I swear to you, there was this older lady in front of a mirror that popped up on my story, and she did the thing with the boob. And I was like, "What?" And then my fans were like, "Who's the lady that you post on there?" So I wasn't the only one. I am so mad
Wow,
I
that's
didn't
so
screenshot
weird.
it. I'm so glad I didn't screenshot it. I mean, I'm mad at myself I didn't screenshot it, because I got scared. And so like, and then I hit up OnlyFans, and I was really freaked out about it. I was like, "What the F?" And they were like, "Oh, it's just a glitch." And I'm thinking, no, what they don't know, because I didn't tell them, "Oh, and then I did this thing with my boob." Like that I left
So what
out.
do you
And
think, that they gain access to your camera so they can see through your camera?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow,
That's just
that's
the
so
facts.
weird.
We could sit here and speculate, but I'm here to say facts. Fact, I was sad that my boobs weren't as high as they usually have been, and I noticed it that day in that bikini, so that's why I did this. Aw. And then to come in here minutes later to post a story of, "Hey, I'm going," pretending like that's not bothering me. "Hey, I'm going to do my shoot now." And then I go make sure that it posts. I said two, so I thought it duplicated, like it posted twice. So I was like, "Oh, let me delete it real quick." And then that's when that lady
Yeah,
popped
that's
up
so
doing
weird.
that.
That's freaking weird.
True effing story. And that's when I was like, yeah, this is like, I don't know if OnlyFans is for me. I don't
Dude,
think it
that
is.
is
And it's
weird.
not.
That's weird.
So
But you're
going back
saying
to your
that,
question,
hang out, sorry, just
go ahead.
I want to interrupt because I have to clarify one thing. I know I interrupt you a lot. DMs, you said, were the big boy, right? That's where
That's the big boy.
that's where the magic happens.
That's where the
So
magic happens.
I said it was Doctor Who. It was a Battlestar Galactica
Oh, okay.
actress, Trisha Helfer, and then Amanda Bynes also joined. But Amanda Bynes states that she will just be chatting directly with fans through DMs, clarifying that she will not be posting explicit content.
It's all about the DMs. And here's the thing, I'm not saying that there's maybe some people out there that their fans are, I could see Amanda Bynes having a lot of girls sign up for her thing, and it's not a sexual thing and they just want to talk to her. Maybe they relate to her or they were like a fan of her.
If they can relate to her now, then there's something wrong with them.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe they feel like I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? So I could see a lot of that demographic going there. I could also see a lot of gay guys going over there that maybe loved her when she was like in her heyday and like wanting to talk to her, like fans, like just big old fans, right? But what's gonna happen no matter what, is dudes are gonna try. Dudes are going to try. And they're going to throw money at you. And that's where I feel this compromise happens, because I know, at least with my experience, when I've pushed my own envelope, it's like, well, at least I'm not naked and it is a lot of money and it takes me like 5 minutes to do this. So that's really a lot of money for just for 5 minutes, like whatever. But then it becomes this like cycle. And unless you have the thick ass skin to look at it just transactionally, it's too rough. It's so someone like Amanda Bynes, I could see it benefiting her at first, and then over time, not being a good thing for her mentally.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think OnlyFans is like the new answer, the joke answer. Oh, just start an OnlyFans. It's even now a joke. We're at that point now where people joke and it's like, oh, just start an OnlyFans. It's a thing. And so I feel, especially because tinfoil hat, what do I know? When Bella Thorne back in the day,
Yeah.
there was a whole thing, this Disney actress, for those of you that don't know, years ago, when OnlyFans was becoming more mainstream but not where it is now, she had an OnlyFans, and there was this big old thing where she was supposed to produce a very like risque photo, but people felt like she duped them. It was this whole thing. And I feel that happened because OnlyFans wanted to implement caps, because at that time, if you wanted to sell a photo to one fan for $1,000, you could. But then after that, it's like there were caps, like only like I think it was like a couple $100 you can cap off on or whatever. So like all these different rules because of that Bella Thorne fiasco. They changed all these rules. So I don't trust, especially the main reason I don't trust, and they lost my trust, OnlyFans, is why did that lady pop up on my feed?
Why was she there? That is
If you're one of my
freaky
secret
deaky.
society members watching this and you remember that, like, leave it in the comments that you remember that, because I there was about 3 of them that were like, "Who's this lady?" And I'm like, "I know. I don't know what to do." And I ran inside and I was hiding. It was a whole thing. I was like, I'm so scared. Like, oh my gosh.
That's ridiculous. All right. Before we head to the wrap up here, what do you want to talk about from your side? You had a few things you wanted to tackle, so I'll give you the option.
Okay, let's
You
just do a
go
little quick one here. Give a little shout out to Tommy Chong. It was his birthday yesterday. He turned 88. And
88.
88 years old. He's 88 years
Damn.
old. I've never been one that was huge into Cheech and Chong, even though people put me in that category because I'm a pothead. But I do appreciate it. But here's the thing: what I am a fan of is the movie they did, Born in East LA. Have you seen that one?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. And one of the funniest bits on there for me is actually not a Cheech and Chong scene, but is Javier, aka Paul Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And it's the answering machine goes off, and he thinks that Jesus, because there's like a Jesus painting right there or picture. So he thinks Jesus is talking to him because he doesn't understand the concept of the answering machine. And so that always stood out to me. And so that's my like love as far as it goes with Cheech and Chong. But again, when I've seen their stuff, like it's like their stand up and things like that, it's funny. I'm not saying I just never really got into it. But what I did get into with Tommy Chong is his advocacy for cannabis, especially back in like the early 2000s when I was getting involved. I learned more than just, oh, he's an advocate, because you kind of knew going into it, but learning how involved he truly was, not to make it like necessarily this like party thing, but the true benefits behind it and the true science behind it and what it can do for your body and your mind and your soul. So that made me respect him so much. And I love that he's attached to this very stereotypical pothead humor. Oh, that's how they are. But yet the other side of the coin is that he's this huge advocate to try and has helped make change within the cannabis community. And so to me, that's more of like the investment I've made with Tommy Chong. So I thought he's very, very deserving here on TMI for a little birthday shout out.
All right. Very nice.
We keep talking about deaths in the last episode. Now here's a birth, celebrating life. Tommy Chong.
Yeah, I never. I'm just with you. I never got into the Cheech and Chong like movies either. Everybody would always talk about them and say like, "Oh, you know, they're so funny because it's the pot humor." It's just never been my thing. So I don't know. But happy birthday, number 88. Big thing about that is one more to 89.
You know, and he's living his life. You know, looks healthy, moves around healthy.
I had to apologize to him though. I had to stop his ads on Twitter because they were very annoying. So I was getting them like crazy. So my apologies. I hope I didn't affect business. So all right. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up for this week's smaller TMI. Get it?
It's a wee bit.
Smaller TMI. It's like your old friend there.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know why. I picture a guy from like a 80s or 90s like movie being like the big guy with like the bald head, but like the one long ponytail. That's who I picture when you talk about that. I don't know why. Like I just watched the movie with the character like that. You know, what movie was that? I think it was Cop and a Half. You remember Cop and a Half?
No.
With Burt Reynolds?
No.
I think that was it. The one. He had big, tall guy, bald guy, but he had the ponytail. That's what I'm picturing as your
no ponytail or anything like that. He was kind of I don't know what. It's weird. You know what it is too? It's not just a small penis. I don't know what happened to him that I didn't know about, because even though he sucked as a boyfriend, like we did have a friendship. It's such a weird thing. But it's been talked about that people in the neighborhood were like, "Oh, you know, he's gay. Like he's gay."
Oh my gosh.
There's these rumors about him being gay, and then I remember later in life, he would send me pictures of him because he was a bartender, and he would bartend at gay bars and be all like done up with like it almost looks like Blue Oyster like gear, like leather. And I would think, why does he think this is a good idea to send me? Like, I don't understand. And then one time I think of this randomly and I hate it. My grandma, God rest her soul, he left on her answering machine back in the day him, and he sounded like he was having gay sex. He was like, "Put it in my ass, yes." Oh
my God.
Like, it was so disturbing. And she played it for me, and so sometimes randomly, like I'm telling you, I am so effed up because of this dude, this small penis dude. I hate it, and I'm not the only one that he like F their life up. It's like, it's so crazy and deep, but whatever.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Jeez.
I know he creeps. So see, bitch, I will never like say who you are, because I will never give you that satisfaction. But yeah, dude, you suck. And I hope one day you figure it out. And then one time I was talking to one of my friends about it, and they were like, he just needs to put his heels on and embrace that he's just like wants to be a girl. And I was like, that's what it is. He wants to be a woman. I could never be a woman.
Well, with that being said, if you'd like to find out more about some of Shelly's exes, go back and watch episodes numbers 1 through 18 of TMI. And if you want to take us on the road with you, go on over to YouTube Music, put the playlist in your favorites, and take it with you on the road. And prepare yourself for summer. Summer is on its way. The Summer Sizzler tour for TMI will be heating up in a few weeks. We'll start getting these out, and you'll be listening to all your favorite stories, including whatever that was. That was the conclusion, the culmination of that episode long boyfriend story. So wow. All right. Well, that's what I love about this. Never know what we're going to find out. But yeah, go ahead and do that on this channel, Shelly Martinez channel on YouTube. If you want to follow me, it's Chad EMB on X.
And you find anything else I got going on, go to shellymartinez.net/links. Everything's there. All my content, my secret society, vampire radio, my Instagrams, my whatevers. Just go there or be square.
Well, no more ladies in red doing this on that side. So we'll get out of here, right? Was that who it was? It was a lady in red bikini? Is that what you said? Doing the thing?
No, she had clothes on, normal clothes.
Oh, normal
I was in the
clothes.
bikini.
Okay. You were in the bikini.
But she did
okay.
sing.
Okay. All right. Well, no ladies on the other side of my
No,
screen
leave me
mimicking
alone.
Shelly. It's just Shelly from Cali. We're going to get out of here this week. We will see you next time. For Shelly, this is the Chadhausen. We will catch you on the flip side.